What's going on, my crew? This is Rusty. Welcome to another episode of Hitchhikers. Today is going to be very different. Because I want to talk with you guys. I want to show you guys the house, first of all. I don't remember where we left off, but look at this somewhat beauty. I was working on kind of converting this over into like a jungly area. Whoops. And trying to get some greenery in this area, but I haven't really done much decorating on the inside. You guys kind of saw the You kind of saw the upstairs already. There's a little hidey hole here. But I don't think the house was done when we last left off. So, depending on the time of the sun and what I got on my inventory, let's see. I guess we just grab our bed up there. I want to go on a little adventure, walking adventure, by the way. Gonna do this old school. Because I want to have a talk with you guys about sort of a new format, but it's not really new. It's been done many, many times before, and this is actually kind of the old way of doing things. Been a journey for me the last little bit, and I felt it apropos, I'll say. Hello, why are you floating? I felt it apropos because in 2012, I think it was, I had a change in my life. Started working at Subway, and a lot of passion and desire to create a YouTube channel, to make videos with Minecraft and really playing Minecraft in general, just completely drained. And I haven't been the same since when it comes to content creation. Maybe even life in general. But I've had a similar thing happen where I just started doing a new job, and the difficulty is pretty high. And that is something that is what last time caused a bit of a kerfuffle in the way I did things. Let's grab some of those. You know what? I should have emptied my inventory now that I think about it. I don't need that. And this can go in my offhand. I said I don't need that. Basically, when I started working at Subway, it was a big stretch for me because I was working mostly like odd jobs, kind of freelancing, as some people would say, and just kind of making money for myself where I could. I feel like, in a lot of ways, that honestly was a better career path than like a 9-to-5, but I'd always kind of been, it was my goal back then. I want to get a 9-to-5 job. And Subway was not a really like traditional 9-to-5 because, you know, you work super odd hours. We do need some dark oak saplings though. So it became a challenge for me back then to allow myself, and I really do mean allow myself, to open up, I think, really to like the world, you know, because when I did these odd jobs, I did them for friends. It wasn't really like a retail or anything job. It was just kind of do my thing, go home at the end of the day. I was painting for a friend of mine. I was doing some IT work for my dad, and all service type stuff. So, my first day really just I don't know. I had like a meltdown. That's the best way I can describe it. During the day I was fine, but I got home and I felt like really down in the dumps. And all I wanted to do after that was just quit Subway and find something else to do with my life. And I thought the answer was in like a 9 to 5, like I said before, like actually doing that 9 to 5. And ended up not really getting what I wanted. And not because I didn't get what I wanted, it was because what I wanted was not really a thing. I remember when I first got my 9 to 5, I was like, okay, I can leave, get home, and then when I get home, I can start working on the on my Minecraft projects, and then I'll have this amount of hours before I have to go to bed that I can work on them. Really trying to be dedicated to all that stuff. And then I ended up falling in love. And that kind of just like ruined everything. And that particular person, she did not want me doing YouTube. She felt like YouTube and Minecraft, that's all childish things, and that I needed to grow up and, you know, all sorts of stuff. So that didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. What is going on here? I think this has already been raided, is what this means. So I really never picked up where I left off all the way back then. Had a completely different channel too. Was doing really great. And just dropped it. And I kept thinking it was one thing after the other. And now, fast forward to today, something that's really interesting is I really don't have much time. It's 8 o'clock at night right now. I usually try to get in bed by 9, 10 o'clock. And it's hard for me to really, like, get that looks like a ship over there. See that little thing pointing out there? That looks like a ship. Bet you someone's already looked at it, though. Let's go over here. Because we might find a different ship. And I don't want to walk all the way over there, because if this has already been raided, I bet you that ship has already been pilfered as well. So, yeah. Fast forward to today, I am now working another job that is very challenging. I've not had a meltdown or a breakdown, really, but I've definitely what I would now identify as anxiety attacks. And really working through it. I had some issues with how I was dealing with it before. And so I'm not able to use, the same coping mechanisms that I have before. Why is there an ally right over here? What? I don't even know how to tame these. Otherwise I would. I think I just need to, like, get a lead and just grab it. Hey, bud. And so, with things being different, now, it's like, okay, I need to make content on top of that, and it's just like, I can't do it. I just need to, I guess, not make any content. I'll get back to it eventually. Kind of been my modus operandi, as they say. But I was talking with my mentor, a mentor of mine, the other day, and I was like, I'm really struggling with this. I don't know what to do. I feel like I get home from work, I'm way too tired to do anything. I just want to be able to go back to like having that passion and that drive that I originally had, where I was like, I can't even describe it. When like 2011, I graduated high school. I started playing Minecraft, recording videos on YouTube. I would literally spend a ton of my time really doing not much of anything but content creation. Ooh, we got the Minecraft music going. I got some vibes. And it was like what I would do is I would really try very hard to make my content creation like the big people, BOO at the time, Generic B, all these people. And part of that would mean that I would be making content that was like 2 videos a day. And you have to understand too, if you do content creation, that may be like, oh wow, that's a lot, but keep in mind that rendering was like took, I think roughly, like for me, maybe like, I don't know, 2 hours, I think, per video. And then you would have to like make a half-hour video, so you would be recording for most of the time and then cutting it down to what you actually wanted the video to be. So I was doing that, 2 videos a day, making sure that it was uploaded. And then if you were like trying to go on vacation or like have a day off, or you had a day where you didn't, like, it was a full-time job. And then on top of that, like, I had all this other work that I did, right? So, and I never gave it like 100%. Never gave it 100%. So, on the other side of the coin, here I am. It's 2023. Things are different. Nowadays, a lot of short form content. And I feel a little bit like, I don't think I can make it in this world, because I don't have time to do all these like fancy edits and everything. And somebody actually offered to do editing for me, and I actually do editing for someone else, so it feels really weird asking for help to edit my videos. And I don't want to rely on someone else to edit my videos, because I want them edited in a specific way to have a specific narrative, right? So, I'm kind of stuck. And I'm like, okay, I don't really know what to do. So I go to my mentor. I say, he doesn't have much time to really engage, kind of a busy dude. And I'm like, this is how I feel. I don't have the passion, the fire that I did before. I don't really know what to do. And he's like, just do it. Just film. Put yourself out there. Put the stuff out there. Make it. Suck at it. if that's what it's gonna be. And I gave him all sorts of excuses. I'm like, I get that, but just like, I'm kind of a perfectionist. I don't think I can do that. I really just don't want to go out and do it. I want, it just doesn't feel right to get on here, talk for a half hour, and just upload that straight up. Cherry trees. Oh, we're getting those. We are getting those. Yes, please. Fuzzy is not the only one now. So yeah, and it was so interesting. His response was not what I expected, because he basically was like, you came up with a bunch of excuses really quick, but you can't come up as quickly with the reasons why you should. And that's really stuck with me, because I have all sorts of reasons why I can't make content, and I don't ever think about why I should. And the reason why that matters is because when you really dig down and you think about it, right? Like, when I come home at the end of my day and I'm really tired, it's the reasons why I should that are gonna inspire me to actually do stuff. Here comes my cat. She's got a toy in her mouth, and she always meows a little bit, so you might hear her. Oh, she dropped the toy in front of me. Hi! I gotta grab the toy and throw it. That way, she knows. She knows I'm playing. Yeah, so it's just different. It's different now. And really thinking about that for myself, how much it's like I'm giving away almost. I'm giving away the passions that I had wanted and the desires that I wanted to make, my life be. And I don't want to come across as thinking like, hey, you know what? I am going to be an amazing, perfect, YouTuber. I'm going to go crazy on this, and I'm going to make something of myself on YouTube. That's, the attitude that I had at the beginning, and that's part of the reason why I never really, truly got my wings, if you will, on this journey. It's because of the fact that I really didn't do this to just kind of have fun. And I think I'm finally at the place where I can do this as a little hobby. I can do it at the end of my day, put a little time and effort into it, and be okay when I'm not famous or anything like that. When I can just make it into something that I really enjoy. I think that's hard. I think that's hard as a person to make that happen. The most, I think... Well, I don't want to say... I think if I really went hardcore, quit my job, and, full-time... I think we're going to go around. I want to see what that little pointy thing is. This is a really cool... This needs a bridge right here. That'd be sweet. Then we're going to head back. I don't want to load all the chunks in the world. I'm pretty sure we've traveled pretty far already, but we'll see. If I had all the time in the world, I could probably do some cool stuff if I had, the ambition, right? But I don't have a lot of ambition right now. And something that I think we can sometimes forget as humans is it takes a while to change a habit. I think it's... I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of the book, but The Power of Habits or something like that. It's a really famous book, and it talks about how in life we really, really make a big effort to try and change in the short term, but we don't really do that long-lasting change for the long term. Had to do something really quick there, so kind of jump cutting in. Ooh, ice spikes. I love ice spikes. One of my favorite biomes here. What? Was that in real life? Nope. Oh, it's a spider. Alright. I think I'm gonna start heading in this direction. This is a pretty dope area. You got the cherry trees. You could build like a bridge here. Then right behind it, you got this ice zone. Kind of love it. Power of Habit. I think that's closer to the name of it. Yeah. I think the big thing that I struggle with is the discipline. And you really have to reinvent yourself sometimes. And I think in a negative way, I reinvented myself after getting that job at Subway. Because I wanted something that I was just waiting for it to happen. And when we wait for things to happen and don't, you don't let you sort of let the universe kind of decide. You kind of lose out on being able to make the change for yourself. And I think in a lot of ways, that's something that's really kind of affected me in a lot of ways. I said that twice. Hey, is this picking up the sound? I think so. I think it is. I hope it is. Oh, it is. That's good. I don't think it's picking up very much, but it's there, which is good. I guess we need to go over this way, so we'll continue on in the ice lands. And now I have the hard work of, in a way, reinventing myself by hand. Picking up the pieces and kind of putting them back together. And the reason why I mentioned the power of habit is because that takes a habit. If I get home and I just jump in bed, which is what I have done for a long time, then the result is that I'm just going to live life as my natural habit is to go do that. But if I get home and start playing games again, then that's going to be the natural habit. If I make it so that I really enjoy taking the time to sit and edit something, even if it's just throw it together at first, that change over time cultivates particular behavior that's much more long-lasting. And that's ultimately, I think, what I'm looking for in... What is that? That might be a spoiler. I might have to cut this out. Let's walk over here and see. I like that these trees are like kind of purpley on the outside. That might be interesting for something. Oh no. What? It's just a really weird. Huh. I don't know. But over time, things will change. I will change. And I will be able to... There we go. Over time, things will change, and I will be able to kind of keep nudging things forward. And that's, I think, the hardest part for me, is that, in a way, to be, I don't want to say to be successful in life, because that makes it sound a lot more dire than maybe I want it to be. We're going to fly and get a little momentum going here. But I don't think it's too far out of the possibility to say a reasonable success comes from uncomfortability. That's pretty cool. Reasonable success comes when you put yourself in a position where you're uncomfortable and you're making some decisions that maybe put you feeling uncomfortable. And I live in a society where uncomfortability is, really, really, really not something that people ever want to put themselves in. For good reason. If I don't have to get on the phone, why would I get on the phone? And yet, getting on the phone makes me feel uncomfortable, but it makes the job that I currently do right now really, really hard. Because instead of me being able to get on the phone, do my job, feel confident, now I sit there and I'm kind of like, oh man, what if this person says this? What if this person does this? What if they react in this way or that way? And yet I'm able to sit here, get on here and do what I do with this. But at the same time, I'm not kind of put on the spot or anything. And I don't ever have to release this if I don't want to. And one thing I started realizing was, in a way, I am filtering myself. And there's some times that I try and filter myself and I'm like, I don't like the person that's behind the microphone, and I don't have to share that with anybody. We're kind of coming full circle now to the end. I don't know that anybody's going to watch this or get to this point. If you have, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really do. Long form content isn't something that a lot of people are doing. It's just not what people are interested in. And yet, long form content and sharing these stories is, in a way, incredibly therapeutic to me, because I get to come in here and talk to you guys about things going on in my life, struggles that I have, share those with you guys, and not feel like I'm alone in what I'm doing, or at least feel like, hey, you know what, maybe I come back and a lot of you guys are like, hey, I am terrified of being on the phone too. And that helps inspire me to get more behind the phone, talking with people. Because maybe I can share tips. And that's the type of stuff that I want to do, that I like doing. And I think when I do that type of stuff, and I put out these long form things and I share my life, I share what I'm doing, that's what gives me a little bit more passion to get into this. And instead of, having a video where we have me walking around, we can build things, If I can make an episode where it's 30 minutes long, And I'm not sitting there going, oh God, I need to cut this down because nobody's going to watch it. All of a sudden, it frees me. I get freedom because I can do what I want. I can have the video be as long as I want. I can cut out things if I want to cut it out. And I can also just put it up. So, at least in the new year, I might do this a little bit beforehand, but in the new year, one of my plans is I'm going to start just putting out videos. It's not going to be fancy or anything like that. I'm not going to do any like fancy edits. Kind of the opposite of what I wanted to do, where I did like plots and all that stuff. But I know I can edit, right? Like I know I can put together a really nice narrative. I know I can do that. What I don't ever do is actually just complete it. And I need to build confidence in that way. So I want to start making videos. I want to start putting out content for you guys in a way that makes sense. And in a way where I can start building that confidence that, hey, I can put my voice out there and have fun doing what I'm doing again, and not have to worry about, you know, am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? Am I presenting myself in the right way? And, you know, I hope it encourages you guys as well. Let's light one of these things on fire. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. So I'm probably going to get this video thrown together here, edited, and put it out there today. Today for me. Do a little screenshot. But that is going to do it. I hope you guys are hopefully looking forward to it, if you guys are still here. And if you are, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time hanging out with me. And I'm excited for the future. Excited for what is in store for me, the channel, the Hitchhikers, and all sorts of things. So, looking forward to more videos. We'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, happy mining and crafting.